against Ghana last year. While 28 players have reported to camp as of Wednesday, the NFF also noted the absence of 2 other players. The Asian tournament is taking place in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda between August 2nd and 20th. Ahead of the tournament, head coach Erisa Kochide had invited an initial 35 players to camp, and they began training on Monday with 21 players. 5 more players arrived on Tuesday to take the number 226. While 28 players trained on Wednesday morning, it remains to be seen if Coach Chile will call up 5 players to replace the ineligible stars. Nigeria, the 2018 runner-ups are in Group D of the 19-team tournament alongside cup holders Senegal and are joined by Sudan and Congo. The Super Eagles B will play their first 2 matches of the competition against Senegal and Sudan at the Amana Stadium on the island of Zanzibar, Tanzania, before taking on Congo at the Benjamin Mkapa Stadium in Dar es Salaam. Nigeria has never won the tournament, having finished third at the 2014 edition, and the South African before losing the final against the host Morocco 4 years later. 5 players are ineligible for the champ. Yes, sure, Erisa Kochile replace these guys.
Yes, I think they should be replaced because the tournament is specifically for homegrown players. So there's no way the federation will want the boys' growth to be stunted by asking. The federation can ask them not. They can't ask them to sign for another club. They can't ask them to paint their signing for another club outside the country. No way. So it's definitely valid. So the best thing is just for the coach to invite more players that can fill those void that has been created by the absence of those players. That's what I feel about it.
And let me add something. Okay. In order for them not to feel bad, I think they can just probably allow them to stay and watch and learn. Though they are not in the team again, so they will have to bring in some other people that are eligible. But I feel those people, they should just allow them to stay and watch, learn. That's what I feel.
All right, away from that, Nigeria are falling still for the fourth in the latest FIFA Coca-Cola Men's World Ranking release on Wednesday, marking their lowest position in 6 years. The last time the Super Eagles were around this low was in June 2019. Nigeria have slipped to 44th in the latest FIFA Men's World Ranking released yesterday. Their lowest ranking since June 2019, when they occupied the 45th position globally. The slight drop in the July 2025 edition comes despite Nigeria remaining unbeaten during the recent international window. Erisa Kochile's side drew 1-1 against Russia in a friendly match on June 6 and featured in the Unity Cup, where they beat Ghana by 2-1 in the semi-final before settling for a 2-2 draw with Jamaica in the final. Those 3 games yielded a marginal points increase from 1,481.35 to 1,484.26, a gain of just 2.19 points. However, that was not enough to prevent the Super Eagles from slipping one place at the global standings. It is the third time within the past 9 months that Nigeria have occupied the 44th in the rankings, having held the same position in both November and December 2024. They had briefly risen to 43rd in April this year, before sliding back again in July's release. On the continental front, Nigeria's latest position keeps them 5th among the African nations. Morocco remained the highest ranked African team in the world at 12th, followed by Senegal, the only country among the continent's top 10 to move up to going from 17th to 18th. Egypt dropped to 34, while Algeria held steady at 36th after the missed round of results. Ivory Coast fell to 45 following a winless 4-match stretch, allowing Nigeria to stay marginally ahead in the continental table. Other African countries are also experiencing a movement, with Tunisia to remaining 49th, Cameroon dropping to 51st, and Mali slipping to 54th after the defeat. South Africa remained 56th after the busy match window that included 8 features, but ended in disappointing result with just a win. Globally, Argentina continuing to lead the rankings, followed by Spain, France, England, and Brazil. Croatia returned to the top 10, while Mexico climbed 4 places to 13th, following their Gold Cup triumph. Costa Rica were the biggest climbers in the latest edition, rising 14 places after reaching the quarterfinals of the same tournament. FIFA confirmed that over 200 international features were accounted for in compiling the July rankings, and the next men's world ranking will be published on September 18th, 2025. Nigeria dropped to the lowest FIFA ranking in 6 years.
Nigeria alone.
Yeah.
I think it's about Africa.
Yes.
Generally, because the 5 big international countries, national team
Yeah.
in Africa, you have Morocco, Senegal, Egypt, Nigeria, and that's big. That was like the big 5, the big 4, and yet we're still in something like 35th internationally, or 35th, 44th, even Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is 45. So, at what point will Africa national teams, at what point will they start, taking the bull by the horn and soaring up higher, ahead of their European and South American counterparts? At what point will they start doing it? And then I think they should check the criterion for this listing and positioning. Okay, FIFA said they accounted for 200 matches and all that. Even if there is a match between Africa Giants national teams, where you have the likes of Senegal or Morocco facing a country like Mexico, the result will be very, very, very different, and it is going to favor African teams. Well, the ranking is always the ranking.
Yes.
We do not have a say in it. We do not, but nevertheless, African national teams should take the bull by the horn. They should start making name for themselves. They should put themselves back, because Africa boasts of a great deal of talent when it comes to football. Africa as a continent boasts of a great deal of talent. When you look at European clubs where they've imported players from outside the continent, outside the European continent, you see that Africa and South American teams, South American countries, they are leading the line in terms of players that have been imported, talented players that have been imported. So, to this, I feel African national teams should do better, and of course, FIFA should give us our own recognition too. As Africa, as Nigeria, we should get our own recognition.
What recognition do you want?
They should pay more attention. Now, look at a game, the tournament like AFCON. AFCON doesn't get the hype, does not get the recognition as much as other continental cups. Look at Copa America, look at Euro 2016, look at Asian Cups. They do not get, they don't get those recognition. They don't get that vibe. The AFCON. There was this ridiculous and controversial comment from Jogging Club.
Okay.
Well, was it 2 seasons ago? Yeah, 2 seasons ago. He cited that the AFCON is a small tournament. That's the whole continental tournament where big African countries get to compete. So that sentiment of Jogging Club is something that encompass the whole view, or should I say majority of the view, regarding the AFCON and other African continental tournaments.
Referring to that's Georgia Club says, a personal opinion. It's just an opinion.
Yeah, that's why I said.
Of FIFA.
Yeah, that's why. Yes, that's why I said it belongs to a vast majority who believe. So there are a lot of people who share that same opinion.
And you even said something that FIFA should pay more attention, to AFCON. Have they been doing it? Yeah, if they want to play AFCON final now, you see FIFA president there. Sure, he will be there. He's always there. So what do you want again? you're talking about the hyping, the this thing, the that's this that. I believe that we have CAF president here,
Okay.
right? So the way those people spend money for medias, okay, oh, this that, let's hype this particular competition. Have we been doing that in Nigeria? We are here now. We have sports writers in Nigeria. We have sports writers
That's true.
in Africa.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So then they too should try to publicize this their own continental AFCON. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So don't blame FIFA.
No one is blaming FIFA.
I know.
No one is blaming. I'm not blaming. I'm not.
We are
putting
just
blame.
like they can at least just use a little.
They cannot do anything. Okay, if they want to play AFCON, they will release money. Is it? They will
Okay.
release money, sure.
Yes.
Sure, they will release money. So what are they using the money for?
Well,
Is this for
well, over time, the CAF, even Africa teams, national teams,
Yeah.
they've been entangled in webs of corruption. Yeah, they've been entangled in web of corruption. So, yeah, that sums it all up.
That's the word. All right, away from that, that's where I'm headed to. Nigeria see their place in the quarterfinals of the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations with a hard-fought lone win over Bolo Botswana yesterday. Thanks to a late strike from Chiwendo Hezo in Casablanca, the Super Falcons were made to wait until the 80th minute before finding a breakthrough in a match where they dominated possession but struggled to convert chances. You see?
Yeah, yesterday we were talking about it.
Yes.
Where we're like, Botswana is lying at the bottom of Group D,
Yeah.
and their coach was confident about their chances in advancing to the knockout stage. But looking at this, you figure out that, well, they really tried to fulfill that promise they've made to their countrymen.
Shouldn't be us.
They really tried, but like we said yesterday, Nigeria female national, the Super Falcon is Super Falcon. Super Falcon is Super Falcon. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how. Nah, this is the record. Like this is the record winner. Like 9 out of 12 tournaments they've won.
Yeah.
They've won 9 out of 12 tournaments.
Yeah.
The 13th one, and they are going for the 10th. So they have just 3 tournaments where they've not won. So I want to go head to head with them, and they really tried.
Botswana try.
They tried because
Yes.
Chiwendo scored in the 80th minute.
Yes.
If it's in the world of gamblers where they play bet you, and the match is heading 0-0 at 80th minute, and everyone who has placed a stake on the game would have taken their mind off it that, okay, yeah, there's little or no goals coming here. The chances of more goals or either of the team edging out on each other at 88th minute is very, very slim. So yeah, kudos to Nigeria, but well, we can't help but feel sorry for Botswana.
Well, to me, Botswana, they really tried. They played well yesterday. You could see that. Their defensive.
Yes,
their
because
defensive was so
Super
much
Falcon,
tight.
Super Falcon had a whole lot of possession.
Possession.
Yes.
They had a lot, so
Shots
that means
as
they had, if they have a lot of possession and they couldn't score until the 80th minute,
80th
then
minute.
it means they shore up their defense. But instead of improving their attack as much as their defense, they didn't. So their attention was on the defense, and Nigeria capitalized on that. So yeah.
All right. The result takes Nigeria to 6 points from 2 games and extends their winning run in our AFCON group stage matches to 5, having now gone 450 minutes without conceding, coming into the third of a confident 3-0 victory over Tunisia. Nigeria made 3 changes at the break after the frustrating first half that ended in goalless. And coach Justice Madugu introduced Chiwendo Hezo, Christy Chibi, and Esther Koronko in a triple substitution as they search for greater attacking impact. The changes eventually paid off late in the second half after Nigeria continued to push for the winner. Botswana struggled to hold off wave after wave of pressure. So before the goal, Jennifer Cheguro, who had replaced the booked Deborah Abiodun in the 70th minute, came closer to breaking the deadlock. Alright, we're not talking about that. So Nigeria breakthrough came just 2 minutes from time. He also, who had scored in the opening win over Tunisia, reacted first to a loose ball in the box and powered it past Buseja to hand Nigeria off 3 points. It was a second goal. It was a second goal in 2 games, which underlines the growing importance in Madugu's plan. The game started with high energy from both sides, but neither could find a rhyme early on. Nigeria dominated the midfield with Halimatu Ainde and Tony Petnin helping to create openings. However, efforts from Azizato Shuala and Rashidat Ajibade captain were either wayward or well defended by the Males, who were aiming to bounce back from their narrow defeat to Algeria in the first group match. Botswana had moments of frailty at the first half. Lone Gilfitogi and Lesego Rediakonyo were involved in quick transitions that caught in Falcons' defense unawares. But goalkeeper Chiamaka Nadozi was allowed to deny the long-range shot from Lone Malloy in the 33rd minute. The Mares also won several free kicks in dangerous areas but could not convert them into clear-cut chances. Nigeria best chances before the break came in quick succession. Ashley Plotter's shot flew over the bar in the 23rd minute before Osinachi O'Halley and Tony Penn also missed from close range. Azizato Shuala's final out of the night was a low drive that drifted wide before she was replaced by Okoroko at halftime. The second half followed in a similar pattern with Nigeria taking control of Botswana, sitting deep. He also who replaced Rinsola Babajide at an early header, got over the bar, while Deborah Abiodun picked up the yellow card that rules her out of the next group game against Algeria. Despite the frustrated delays and the Botswana's defensive efforts, the Falcons stayed patient. Echegen's introduction gave Nigeria more urgency, and a movement kept the Mares under pressure, just as the game appeared to be heading for a draw. A household pounds to settle the contest. It was a well-earned win for Nigeria, who now sits top of Group B and have booked a place in the quarterfinals with 1 match to spare. The clean sheet also means that Nigeria have not conceded in their opening 2 group games for the first time since 1998. That's a record, isn't it?
Impressive record, if you ask me. A very impressive record, where you have to have proper defensive capabilities and at the same time you have a dope attacking output in your team. Now, I think what won this game for Super Falcons was, number one, the tactical excellence of the coach. Now, he watched the match, he paid attention to what is needed in the match in the first half and second half. He had to make triple substitutions. And he was not scared of name. He's not worried about big players' reputation with the way he removed Ashisato Shuala. He was not worried about the big player. And that's a massive quality in a coach, where you're not worried about, where you are not scared.
Yeah, you believe in your player.
When you're not scared of taking off a player, when you're not scared of benching a player, putting a player on bench. No, this is not even about poor performance. This is about having tactical flexibility.
Sure, yes.
So another factor was the goalkeeper. Series of times Botswana had transitions where they could have taken Nigeria by surprise, but there was the goalkeeper making the difference. And that's the essence of a goalkeeper in a good team. A good goalkeeper, for emphasis. So,
all right, thank you very much. Let's quickly go on a break. After this break, we'll talk about the 1994 falling, legends. Yes, we'll talk about that. We'll be back after this break.
ọdọọdún ní sápẹ́rúwé ọdọọdún lè rù wá wà àkàlàmọ̀gbò kì í pọdún jẹ láìsòrò yóò yí ọdún 2025 tún wọlé dé wẹ́rẹ́ gbogbo ọmọ ọ̀dọ́gun lọ́kùnrin àti lóbìnrin ó yá ẹ jẹ́ kájọ dáwọ́ ọdùnnú ká tẹ́wọ́ ọjọ́ gẹ́ngẹ́. gbogbo ọmọ ọ̀dọ́gun nílé àti lẹ́yìn odi tó bá dọjọ́ kọkànlá oṣù keje ọdún yìí kátúyáyá kátúyáyà bá a ti sọdún yóò yé ọdún yìí ọmọ wa ó yè àwa náà ò ní dòkú àní ròǹgbé sọnù bí òsè bí ọmọ tìbá wa lòdù ìdọ́gun ọmọ ó yè ọmọ asòrìṣà lókè òrìṣà kó débi ọpẹ́ yè sí èsì ní ìdọ́gun ayé yá ń fi àkókò yìí kí gbogbo àwọn èèkàn lágbo ilé ọ̀dọ́gun bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí bàbá wa Chief Rahimi Shitu di ọ̀dọ́gun ọ̀faramọ́kọ Èkìtì bàbá wa Ọ̀ìtìsìn Chief Túndé Akíntayọ̀ Chief Adémọ́lá Òjó di ọwọ́ ọ̀faramọ́kọ Èkìtì ẹ kú ọdún ẹ kú yèdún ẹ jàbámọ́yé yín kẹ́pẹ́ bí ewé mọ́pẹ́ kẹ́ dàgbàdàgbà bí ara òwúrọ̀ ewé òyà rọ bákan náà la ò gbàgbé bàbá wa Tìámíyù Shitu tó jó lórí ọmọ ilé ọ̀dọ́gun lákòókò tẹ́jọ́ lórí ọmọ ilé yìí agbo ilé ọ̀dọ́gun á túbọ̀ máa gbèrú lágbára Elédùmarè ẹ gbogbo àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ ó yí ọdún 2025 ló sọ wípé a kú ọdún o.
kábíyèsí ẹ kú oríire o. èyí ló mú kí QS Kẹ́hìndé Ògúndélé aláṣẹ àtolùdarí Èjìrẹ́ guest house Ìpótì Èkìtì máa kí kábíyèsí His Royal Majesty ọba engineer David Ọláwùmí Ọlọ́fínládé Ọlọ́fin Ajígbárùrù II ọlọ́jà ọ̀fọ̀ wátẹ̀dó Èkìtì kú oríire ayẹyẹ ọdún karùn-ún tí wọ́n gorí àpèrè baba ńlá wọn. ayẹyẹ ọdún karùn-ún kábíyèsí òun pọ̀pọ̀ ṣìnṣìn rẹ̀ máa wáyé lọ́jọ́ 9 sọ́jọ́ 12 oṣù kejì ọdún tá a wà yìí. onírúurú ètò òun àlàkalẹ̀ ló ti wà fún gbádùn gbogbo ènìyàn. òun ìsàmì sí ayẹyẹ ọdún karùn-ún ọ̀hún bí àṣálẹ̀ àwọn ọba èrè ọmọ wa àtọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ fàájì tí ò ní pẹ̀kun. ayẹyẹ ìdúpẹ́ yóò wáyé nínú ìjọ Our Saviour's Anglican Church Ìpótì Èkìtì. wẹ̀jẹ̀wẹ̀mú òun ayẹyẹ ìgbàlejò yóò wáyé láàfin kábíyèsí ọlọ́jà. ẹ kú oríire o kábíyèsí àsìkò yín lórí ìtẹ́ yóò túbọ̀ máa tùlú lára gbẹ̀dẹ̀gbẹ̀dẹ̀. kẹ́gbó kẹ́ẹ̀tọ́ kẹ́ẹ̀dàgbàdàgbà bí àwọn aráàárọ̀. ìgbọ̀dún láyé ẹni ni o. QS Kẹ́hìndé Ògúndélé aláṣẹ Èjìrẹ́ guest house Ìpótì Èkìtì ilé ìtura tó gbajúgbajà níbi táwọn èèyàn lè dé sí kí wọ́n sì jẹ̀gbádùn tí ò lópin ló mú ìkéde yìí wá.
ọlọ́run bàbá lọ́lá ṣe.
16 17 18 July yìí lọ́lọ́run ní Mountain of Mercy orí òkè àánú èrò Èkìtì 2025 power as of old agbára bíi ti gbá ni.
wá wo tọ́lọ́run bàbá lọ́lá ṣe.
16 17 18 July yìí lọ́lọ́run 1930 yóò fi máa lo agbára rẹ̀ fi ṣàkànṣe iṣẹ́ àmì ìyanu ojúkojú lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ tí yóò máa tú ọ sílẹ̀ kúrò lọ́wọ́ agbára tí ò fàyè gbà ọ́ láti pẹ́ lọ́wọ́ aláàánú. power of restoration agbára fún ìmúpadàbọ̀sípò làkórí tọdún èyí. evangelist Olúṣọlá Babáyọmí pastor Ajayi Martin pẹ̀lú prophet Samuel Musa JP tí wọ́n jẹ́ bàbá orí òkè àwọn lọ́lọ́run yóò máa lò fọ́jọ́ mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta. evangelist Olúbùnmi òní evangelist Tọ́pẹ́ ìmọ́lẹ̀ fààyè gbà mí. Kẹ́hìndé Ọmọwọlúọlá aka orin ayọ̀. wọ́n máa kọrin lọ́jọ́ 19 sọ́jọ́ 18 oṣù yìí ní CAC Mountain of Mercy orí òkè àánú èrò Èkìtì. ṣáájú ni pásọ Olúkáyọ̀dé Àmúrè zona superintendent yóò ti fàdúrà sípàdé àdúrà òwúrọ̀ ọ̀sán àti àṣálẹ́ ọ̀hún. prophet Esikaya Ọ̀ládèjì CAC general evangelist pastor EO Ọ̀dẹ́jọbí CAC general superintendent pastor Eso Ọ̀ládélé CAC president. báyìí lolúwa wí jẹ́ kí gbogbo ènìyàn gorí òkè àánú èrò Èkìtì ní 16 17 18 July yìí torí àwọn lẹ̀rí kan.
Right, what a football governing board of FIFA has saluted Nigeria Super Falcons for qualifying for the quarterfinals of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. We're talking about FIFA. I don't know, paying attention to Africa Continental Cup tournament, but now FIFA has saluted with Super Falcons of Nigeria. It's a very great motivation, right?
It's a great motivation. At least if FIFA is giving you accolades. If FIFA is giving you accolades, I mean, it's a great motivation for you. I mean, this is the same reason Messi was called FIFA boy. Yeah, across social media, you get to hear everyone call Lionel Messi FIFA boy. Yeah, why is he FIFA boy? But yeah, it's a great motivation for the team.
All right, the Fly Eagles of Nigeria had host Black Satellites of Ghana to a 1-1 draw in the opening features of the 2025 WAFO B Under-20 Championship. Ghana took control of the game from the start, pinning the Fly Eagles to their own half. Captain Aziz Masba gave the Black Satellites the lead in the 22nd minute, right? Yes. Nigeria fought back 10 minutes from time, equalizing through Abdullahi Mohammed. Ali Zubairu's side will face Benin Republic in their next game. So the Fly Eagles are the defending champions of the competition. All right, we'll talk more about that. Now let's quickly talk about MPFL before we take some transfer stories. Worry Wolves. It has been long. Oh my God. Worry Wolves, Wiki Tourist, Kun Khalifat, and Bara FC have earned promotion to the Nigeria Premier Football League
Wow.
Following the conclusion of the group phase of the 2025 Nigerian National League Super 8, playoffs in Asaba. Yeah, it's a very good. I don't know about others, but you see what it was,
I think I'm happier for Wiki Tourist. I'm happier for Wiki Tourist, actually.
All right, Wiki Tourist, the 4 teams finished as the top 2 sides in groups A and B after 3 rounds of matches held in Delta State. Wiki Tourists, who were relegated from the NPFL in 2023, mount their return to the top flight with an emphatic 4-0 win over Ubidesa Stars in the final group game. Forward Wonders and deliver stand-out performance. Alright, Bara FC, who also made their way to the top 3 after the 2-0 victory against the Doma United. In Group B, Warri Wolves overcame in an opener day loss to Oshu United to win their next 2 matches, finishing with 6 points and a plus 3 goal difference. The Delta State side, under coach Napoleon Aluma, returns to the NPFL after an extended spell outside the top division. Kun Khalifa, that represented Imo State, also posted 6 points after defeating Crown FC and Oshu United in the opening and closing group matches, respectively. The progress will also mark a historic debut at the NPFL. Wiki Tourists will now meet Wolves in the NNL Super 8 final on Saturday, July 12, to determine the overall champions of the second tier league. The 4 promoted clubs will replace Atlant FC, Oka United, Sunshine Stars of Akure, and Lobby Stars, who dropped to the NNL following the end of the 2024-25 NPFL campaign. NPFL chairperson Benga Legbeleye has also confirmed that the new season will begin on August 22 and conclude on May 24, 2026. He said the feast calendar reflects the league's growing commitment to improve professionalism, structure, and planning. All right, we talk about the Fallen Eagles that shaped Nigeria's 1994 football glory from the sunlight pitches of Tunisia to the global stage in the United States. Nigeria's golden generation of 1994 gave the continent a new blueprint for excellence. But as time marched on, the harsh reality of mortality has slowly dimmed the brilliance of that era, with 6 iconic members of the squad now gone. Let's take a look at the 6 lives, achievements, and lasting legacies of these 6 fallen heroes. Number 1 on my list is Uche Okafor, who was a composed and commanding centre-back who epitomized defensive discipline and football intelligence. He earned 34 caps for the Super Eagles and was a key figure in the team's historic 1994 Africa campaign, starting in all 5 matches as Nigeria stormed to their second continental title. His positional sense and area prowess gave Nigeria vital defensive balance, forming an imperious backline alongside Stephen Okechukwu Kechi and Benedict Iroha. Though he was included in the squad for the 1994 World Cup in the United States, Okafor did not get any playing time, having suffered an ankle injury shortly after the AFCON. Nevertheless, his inclusion reflected the trust manager Clemens Wasserhoff placed in him. 4 years later, he featured once in Nigeria's 1998 World Cup campaign, coming on as a substitute against Denmark. After retirement, Okafor settled in the United States, where he built a life dedicated to nurturing young talents and analyzing football as a pundit. He worked with youth academies and offered coaching guidance in Dallas, Texas. Tragically, on January 6, 2011, he was found dead in his Texas home. Authorities ruled his death as suicide, but his family vehemently contested the verdict, suspecting foul play. He was 43-year-old, and his death marked the first loss from the golden 1994 squad. Number 2 on my list, Rashidi Yekini. No name from Nigeria's No name from Nigeria's 1994 squad resonates with modern acclaim Dan Yakini, Rashidi Yakini, he was the spearhead of the Nigeria's attack for nearly a decade, embodying the strength, hunger, and a leather torch in front of goal. He scored 37 goals in his 62 appearances for the national team, a record that still stands as the highest in Nigerian history. At the 1994 AFCON in Tunisia, Rashidi Yakini was irrepressible. His 5 goals led all scorers and propelled Nigeria to glory. He was named best player of the tournament, confirming the status as the continent's finest striker. Months later, he put his name into global consciousness at the FIFA World Cup with a step-in opener against Bulgaria, followed by a net-grabbing celebration in tears, which remains one of the world's most iconic images. Yekini had arrived and so had Nigeria. Throughout his career, he played in Ivory Coast, Portugal, Spain, Greece, and Switzerland, with remarkable scenes at Victoria Setúbal and Olympiacos that saw him winning the African Footballer of the Year award in 1993. The first Nigerian to achieve the feat. Despite his success, Yekini's post-retirement years were difficult. He lived a reclusive life in Ibadan and was reported to be battling mental health issues, including suspected bipolar disorder. He died on May 4, 2012, at the age of 48. We have Tomsi Oliha, who died on June 30, 2013 from complications related to malaria at 44. Wilfred Agbonabari. He died on January 27, 2015 at the age of 48. Stephen Okechukwu Keshi was the captain, the backbone, and the strategist of the 1994 Golden Generation. He represented Nigeria 64 times, scoring 9 goals, and a remarkable tally for the center defender. His leadership was instrumental in Nigeria's AFCON success and the impressive World Cup debut. Kechi had already carved out a legendary playing career by the early 1990s, having captained Nigeria to a third-place finish at the 1992 AFCON and led a band of Euro-based players who gave the Super Eagles a new level of professionalism. So Peter, on June 7, 2016, Stephen Keshi died of a heart attack in Benin City at the age of 54. So Peter Rufai, fondly remembered as Dodo Mayana. Rufai was Nigeria's last line of defense during their most glorious football era. He earned 65 caps for the Super Eagles and was the country's first choice goalkeeper at both the 1994 and 1998 World Cups. At the 1994 AFCON, his commanding presence and agility between the posts played a pivotal role in Nigeria's title win. After retirement, Rufai remained involved in football development, inspiring young keepers and offering mentorship across various platforms. On July 3rd, 2025, he passed away after an illness at the age of 61. Rufai said close yet another chapter of Nigeria's golden generation, silencing a voice that once roared with leadership and unmatched reflexes. So what do you say about this?
I didn't watch them.
See,
Like many others in this present generation, I didn't watch the 1994 teams. Well, we've heard stories, we've heard legendary tales, we've read of their achievements, and of course, the internet world is expanding, and there's so much improvement where you can check their highlights, their feats on YouTube. You can read about their achievements, what they've done, and of course, it was impressive what they've achieved for this country. It was impressive what they've done for themselves individually. And the best thing we can do as patriots is just to remember them. Is to remember them, is for the country to immortalize them. There were a series of criticisms that was circulating that the Nigeria Sporting Federation ignored the sporting legends of 1994. That Nigeria, it was until recently that Yekini, a stadium was named after Yekini or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's usually this criticism, and that's why I believe other players, they prefer to represent other teams, other nations instead of Nigeria. Why? Because Nigeria as a country, or shall I say, the sporting body of Nigeria, is unappreciative of efforts.
That's the word. All right, away from Nigeria now. Let's talk about the big game that we'll be playing on Sunday. Now, Chelsea FC will be playing Paris Saint-Germain, the current champions of Europe. Now, Chelsea and the Paris Saint-Germain have met 8 times.
Okay.
Chelsea, they won 2 times, while Paris Saint-Germain 3 times. And they play 3 draws.
Okay.
Chelsea lost 3 times to Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain lost 2 times to Chelsea. They have an edge in terms of the head-to-head. You know, we were talking about head-to-heads after our sport program yesterday morning.
Yes.
So now Chelsea will be playing against PSG. What will happen?
A final is always a final.
Sure, Lou.
A final is a mixture of talent and emotions. Because you start thinking, it took me a while to get here, so I'm going to take my time here. It won't be an easy walk for PSG. Neither will it be an easy game for Chelsea. Okay. Chelsea won't make themselves available for slaughter the same way Madrid and Inter Milan made themselves available for slaughter against PSG. No, Chelsea won't make themselves available for slaughter. And of course, I said it yesterday. The match will be contested in the midfield. It's a match that will be decided by the intensity of the midfield. Now, PSG is a team that plays with a lot of intensity. They don't give you room to breathe. They keep pushing you. They keep pushing. You make mistakes. You don't have enough time to think. And Chelsea as a team, they have a more direct style of play where they don't have time to pass around. No, just go for the goal, recover the ball, go for the goal, recover the ball, go for the goal. So yes, intensity and recovery is the duty of the midfield. Is the midfield's main duty. So looking at head to head, I for one am not a believer of the fact that head to head previous matches could
records are meant to be broken.
Records are meant to be broken all the time. That's why they are called records. That's why they are written down.
Let's speed this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. What? Baba Chelsea.
Baba Chelsea,
you're welcome, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Now, Sunday match is going to be the class of the champions. PSG are champions. Chelsea Football Club to be European champions. So this is not a matter of inferior playing against a superior. This is the real 11, German 11. I predict full match is going to be drawn because we are not going to take it easy with them. Then the penalty of it is going to be a game of luck. So this time around, Chelsea know that they want to go and play with rumored champions. But this time around, it's not going to be a rumor as it was being predicted all around. Chelsea this time around will be more determined on the field. Thank you.
All right, thank you. What's your own prediction now?
Prediction full-time draw. Then Chelsea will carry the day during penalty.
Wow.
Okay.
Full-time draw.
Sorry.
If we're to look at history and we are to base our perception of the match based on history, I think Chelsea have an edge. Yes, because Chelsea have they have the historical feat of beating super teams
In penalty.
not even in penalties, like in finals. Super teams, Chelsea have that knack for beating. Now look at 2012 Chelsea versus Bayern Munich. The match was in Bayern Munich's favor. The post-match analysis was in favor of Bayern Munich against Manchester City. Manchester City had a super team, but yet Chelsea still managed to hedge them. So if I'm going to make a prediction, I'm going to make a 2-1 prediction.
Hello. Hello.
In favor of Chelsea.
Good morning.
I would like to say something.
Good morning.
Manchester.
This is Abiodun calling from Omano in Kwara State.
Welcome, sir.
Yes. I'm enjoying your program. So on Sunday match, just as the analyst has said, talking of previous matches, well, it's just just to remind us, but it has nothing to do with what is going to happen on Sunday or in any matches. Previous one is just to say this because the current one is different. So as I'm seeing it, if you want to talk with present performances, I think PSG can be over half an edge over Chelsea. But as the analyst has said, the game can change. What you think will happen may not happen. So my is just to say I wish the best one among the two to carry the day.
Thank you very much, Ogadwell. 0704-700-7701. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Minister of Sport.
Good morning, Pastor Popoye.
Yes, good to listen to your program this morning.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I'm really enjoying you and our man in the studio.
Thank you, sir.
God continue to endow you with his wisdom.
Amen, sir.
Yes, concerning the match on Sunday, looking at the record, as the analyst said, they've met 8 times. I mean PSG and Chelsea. And PSG beat Chelsea 3 times. While Chelsea beat PSG 2 times. Chelsea lost 3 times and PSG lost 2 times. They played 3 draws. Chelsea scored 11 goals while PSG scored 10 goals. We are talking about during Ibrahimovic PSG time.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about William and
Hazard, Costa.
So compare the present squad, and the spirit on the PSG. The match is going to be very tough. I look at, I said something to our platform this morning.
Yeah.
That PSG said on Sunday they are thinking of how to score like 4 to 5 goals against Chelsea. And that was what they said before they met Real Madrid. They said immediately they saw that they are going to meet Real Madrid. Their plan was they are going to score like 3 to 4 goals, and they achieve their aims. So Chelsea should prepare for that Sunday. I pray Chelsea win, because at this time, England cannot afford to allow PSG to beat Chelsea again. They have been beating English team, though Arsenal has beaten them twice like that. But this season, they defeated Liverpool. They beat Aston Villa. They also command Arsenal. So at this time, we are behind Chelsea to beat them, but it's going to be tough.
All right.
Thank you. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Over time, League One as a league entirely, as an European league, have been ridiculed and they've been subjected to the nickname Farmers League. League One and Bundesliga, they've been called Farmers League. And Bayern Munich as well as PSG have always tried to show that, okay, yes, you can't insult us in this manner. We're going to show you. So yeah, other than the fact that the match is going to be an heavyweight contest between Chelsea and PSG, I feel it is also a match that puts the reputation of both leagues on the line. The English Premier League and the League One, the French League, where the winner we get to have a bragging rights.
All right, sir, this is how far we can go to today's edition of Sport Extra. We'll be back next week Monday after we know the champion. My name is Kingsley Iniovosa.
My name is Mayo Alashui.
My name is Adiguju.